Hello everyone, today we will cook and try the most budget potato chips in the world into the most expensive, probably even in the whole world, because I just don't know how to make them even more expensive. So, the chips for $1. First we'll peel the most budget-friendly, ordinary potatoes under running water. Then slice them on a special grater. These are fluted slices. So first of all, we need to send them into some boiling water. They need to be boiled literally for 5 minutes. As a result, an excess of starch is formed, and we cover up the table in advance with some paper towels. Five minutes have passed, and we take out the potatoes and put them on the paper towels. They will quickly absorb the excess moisture. And also, let's go through the towels on top. Now let's prepare the fryer. Half a liter of sunflower oil will be just enough. Pour it into the saucepan. We send the slices of boiled potatoes into the deep fryer. It will take about 4 minutes to roast them. When they started to turn golden, we put them back onto the paper towels. And fry the second portion of chips. They're almost ready. Now we just have to sprinkle them with some cheese powder. This is like chemistry, and with this, the chips turn out just like in the store. Stir them to distribute the powder around. We no longer need the paper towel. That's it, our super budget chips worth $1 are ready. Let's try them. Okay, yeah, this tastes exactly like the cheese chips you would buy in a store. So now let's make the most expensive chips in the world from the products that I spent $860 on. The most expensive is the La Bonote potato. It costs $700. And it is rightfully considered the most expensive potato in the world. You cannot imagine how hard it was for me to get this. The fact is that it has grown for a long time on the island of Noirmoutier in France, and the demand for it is very high. There is no access to fresh water, so a special technology for using salt water is needed for its cultivation. Because of its features, planting is done only manually, and algae from the ocean is used as fertilizer. In general, the cultivation of La Bonote is a kind of art and knowledge that is passed down from generation to generation. Let's open up the box. It doesn't look any different than an ordinary new potato, and even on closer inspection, an ordinary person would never guess that this is a La Bonote. We will cook chips using Pringles technology, that is, with potato dough. So to do this, we put the potatoes on foil. Cover them up with a second layer. And cover up all the sides so we don't have any cracks. Now we put this into the oven. And set it to 180 degrees. After 40 minutes, we can take it out. As soon as I opened up the foil, I immediately felt an unusual smell. It took me a long time to figure out what it smelled like, but it vaguely resembles the smell of seaweed. Now we need to peel the potato. Having bought the most expensive potato in the world, I couldn't help but try it in its pure form. And you know what? In addition to the smell of algae, it also has kind of a nutty taste. In general, potatoes are really special. We're gonna put them into a bowl and turn them into mashed potatoes. Add some salt. And now it's time for saffron. We open it up. Inside was another small package. We open it up. And here is only 1 gram of saffron. This spice is rightfully considered the most expensive in the world, all because of the high cost of production and low yield of the crocus flower from which the saffron is extracted. The flowers are harvested only in the morning, while they have still not yet closed, and then already in the production process, the red stripes are manually separated from the flower. Very little saffron is obtained from one flower. After that, it is dried, and a final check is carried out on the purity of the saffron, and only after that is it packaged. Rub up the saffron between your palms so that it gives off more flavor, and then add it to the potatoes. Next, we have some dried white truffle. You guys have seen this on my channel a bunch of times, and you know why this is the most expensive mushroom in the world, but why? Yes, because it cannot be grown at home just like any mushroom. It grows only in the forests of Italy and France. That's why truffle hunters are looking for them. They go on a search with specially trained dogs that smell truffles underground at a depth of 20 centimeters. And even with the help of dogs, you can only find 1 or 2 truffles a day. So it turns out that there are a few truffles found and the demand for them is really high. That's why the price is so sky high. So let's put the truffle into a mortar and grind it. We want to get really small flakes like this. We'll add this to the potato as well. The next unusual and expensive product is chestnut flour. Well, of course, it is not made from ordinary chestnuts, but from edible ones. All in the same France and Italy. A special machine removes the shell, and the core itself is sliced. And after drying in the mill, they are turned into flour. Add the chestnut flour to the potatoes, and mix up the potato dough well. After a long kneading, saffron colored the dough orange. So now you need to roll it out with a rolling pin. Meanwhile, squeeze the circles into a thick layer of dough. And peel off the excess. Sprinkle some chestnut flour on top. And roll out each circle into a thin flatbread. Make a hole in it with a fork so that the tortillas do not swell during frying. So now you need to do this with all of your circles. So we will be frying this in organic fat with the addition of ghee butter. It's very expensive. We open it up. So we put the pan on the stove and pour a little bit of oil in. In fact, the ghee oil is the same oil from which the milk sugar has been removed. And so due to this, it is better suited for frying as it has a higher boiling point. Now let's deep fry our most expensive chips. Literally just 20 seconds and then turn them over. And after another 10 seconds, we get this. Let's put them onto a clean plate. There's really not much of these chips, so just sprinkle them out. So we will make them with Parmesan cheese, one of the most expensive cheeses in the world. It is so expensive because it takes as much as 550 liters of cow's milk to make 1 head of cheese. After that, the cheese ripens up for another 2 years, so that excess moisture evaporates and the taste becomes more saturated. So let's open it up. And using a vegetable peeler, let's cut into thin slices. Now we still need to dry it, so we put the thin slices of cheese in there. Cover the top with the lid. Let's set it to 50 degrees and turn it on. We're gonna need all of the moisture to evaporate from the cheese. And there we go. The resulting slices have become very fragile. We grind them and send them into a coffee grinder. To turn them into a powder. Done. We sprinkle our most expensive chips in the world with our natural cheese powder. And we move it all around so that the Parmesan powder sticks to each chip. That's it, our most expensive chips in the world are finally ready. Their cost was $860. We're gonna try it. So the taste of the Parmesan is in the first place, the potatoes are in the second, and then the taste of the truffle and a little bit of the bitterness from the chestnut flour. But I don't really taste the saffron. Maybe it was just overcome by stronger Parmesan after all. But altogether, it's really tasty. Let us know in the comments what else I should do to make the most expensive dish in the world. Bye, everybody.